Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Yas Marina for the last Grand Prix of the season. A place we know for potential to make or break dreams. We're here live from Abu Dhabi, and I'm glad to be accompanied as usual by Kevin Korstein. How are you doing?
Yeah, hello. The final weekend, the final race of the season.
The final race, uh, the final countdown to the last race has just started. We're just a few minutes away from the formation lap. A little look at the traditional Yas Marina circuit that is a little bit different from years back, of course, with the chicane before turn 5 that has been removed a few years ago. As usual, both DR zones back to back that allow for a lot of battling. Sector 1 the fastest, Sector 3 the slowest, with those last few corners between 11 and 16 that are the slowest and most technical section of the track. A pretty well balanced track if you look at it, with corners taken at different speeds. The slowest probably being turn 6 in that chicane after the first DRS zone, and some of the fastest corners being 1 and 2. Strategy-wise, it is very uncertain. We might well see one-stoppers. We might well see two-stop undercut or overcut. We might also well see drivers starting on hards and then opting for a two-stop if the degradation does not fit a one-stop strategy. It will be, of course, important when it comes to the fight for the championship. Now to the starting grid. A lot of penalties, as you can see. Maradona and Wright will start from the pit lane. Riley Swanson has a 20 spot penalty, will start last on the grid. Robin Keisner also has a penalty, will start P15. Springfield Vassinen struggled in Q1. That was quite a shocker for Springfield, knowing she was on a pretty good stretch, and Vassinen not the confident driver he was early in the season. Sam Fact and Jason Roy will start P14 and 13, taking advantage of incidents involving Maradona and Wright in quali and the penalties. Michael Zwart will start from far back as well. Remember the last 5 times it happened, he managed to recover and score points, at least the last 5 times before Qatar. Van der Steen had a quite good performance in quali yesterday. Also has a penalty of his own, just like Nick Bayer, who was impressive on his Alpine. That leaves Casino up a few spots, and he will start from P9. P8 for Josh Nathaniel on the grid. Again beaten by his teammate. Aaron Egan will start P7. Right ahead of him, third row, Philippe Verhagen. Another good performance to finish the season on a good note. Duarte Sardinia keeps doing good in quali, and Kick Saber becoming Audi next season are showing progress, and that trend might continue next season with the development. Jack Teff will start from P4, the one who was championship leader at one point in the first half of the season. Well, he has been struggling since to find his confidence back. Let's see if he can finish on a good note. And the top three, well, three of the drivers who have animated this season the most. Quarter Kevu, the current championship leader, will start from P3. All he needs is to finish P9 or better, or P8 if Liam De La Cruz wins and takes the fastest lap. So that's the condition for him, the winning condition. Liam De La Cruz himself starting from the first row right in front of him, and Zhao Lei with yet another pole position, and this is the 7th pole position for the Chinese driver. A whopping 30% pole position rate for the Chinese driver of McLaren. Awesome performance in qualifying this season.
Final look to the grid then. The showdown is here. Liam De La Cruz or Quarter Kevu. As you see,
Beautiful sunset here in the Emirates.
as you see Joshua Nathaniel on the screens. Being right here.
What a beautiful place to be.
Yeah. And it's fine.
All roads lead to Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi will deliver its verdict. Now we are racing in Abu Dhabi. The lights are out. The start is so important on this track as, of course, the first corner usually advantages those who are on the inside line. Is De La Cruz able to dive in on the inside of Zhao Lei? Not quite yet. Kevu manages to keep his third position. Sardinia overtakes Teff, and there's a yellow flag. Van der Steen was apparently caught in a contact or had a mechanical issue. Either way, the race continues. So top three starting on hard tires, and in the meantime we're seeing what happened to Van der Steen again.
Locked up.
Oh, he just locked up
yeah.
on cold tires. Not much to worry about, but it's gonna make his race a bit more difficult than it already is. So Zhao Lei, Liam De La Cruz and Quarter Kevu starting on the hards. They've chosen the same strategy, and great choice for Quarter Kevu to start on hards, knowing he needs to drive a conservative race. It's very important for him to just drive defensively. Starting on hards is a wise option. Track conditions wise, grip levels not that high apparently, and both air and track temperatures are lower than they were and have been the whole weekend. So we can expect a bit less degradation, and we can expect the one stop to potentially work. Granted, the driver manages the degradation, of course. Zhao Lei with a purple lap, and DRS is enabled. So Kevu is holding the DRS of De La Cruz, but De La Cruz has lost the contact with Zhao Lei, which means that
so Quarter Kevu is out of DRS, so Sardinia is preparing an overtake on Quarter Kevu.
And Kevu's no longer within
no,
a second, which means... Oh, he has it.
DRS.
He has it, but Sardinia is so close and has a slipstream. Might actually be able to dive down the inside of turn 6. Not quite. Switchback attacks are quite common here. Trying to bait on the outside, then switching back. Or bait on the inside, then switching back in turn 7. We're gonna hear and see a lot of action in turn 6 and 7 indeed.
As we see,
Aaron with an excellent move.
What
Worth mentioning the special Red Bull livery for the final race of the season, and I find it absolutely stunning. good move by the Belgian, who is now ahead of the train of medium tires behind him. Can drive on his own pace. Now the task will be for both Sardinia and Verhaeren to be able to overtake Kevu. It's not going to be an easy task at all. Remember, for the championship, Jaole, being currently first, denies any chance to Lime de la Cruz, as he needs to win the race at all costs. Regardless of what happens, he needs to win. And Kevu to be P10 or worse.
Let's see, can
Or
Sardinia
P9,
do
but only if he has a
something
fast
there?
start as well.
No, he's not even trying. He's still sticking behind. The Sauber doesn't have the top speed. But maybe here, if he gets a good enough exit. No, still racing for this.
And Lime de la Cruz is in Jaole's DRS. Maybe he's trying to attack the Chinese driver. Is he able to? Not quite yet. Lime de la Cruz has to give absolutely everything he has today. It's his final Grand Prix. It's his last dance. And he will of course wish that this dance is a victory.
Early made contact there. And actually Quarterkevo is closing in too. Don't count Quarterkevo.
Seems like Jaole is not having the pace, or is he just managing the tires a little bit more? I don't know. Jaole seems to be struggling a little bit. And he's 2 seconds slower than most cars, which brings all the cars behind quite significantly.
He's going to make the move here. No, he's looking, but no.
Not quite yet.
And let's see now the straight line speed of the Ferrari. We know it isn't very good, but he's trying to make
especially
the move.
against McLaren, but he's now made the move. He's
And
on the inside of turn 6, but there's turn 7 right after. And of course, Jaole keeps the better line at the exit. But watch out, as now Quarterkevo's lurking behind, and he's very close, has had better traction at the exit of turn 7. Can he make a move down the inside of 8? Not quite. He doesn't need to do anything special. As long as he finishes the top 8, he's guaranteed, regardless of the scenario, to win the Drivers' Championship.
As we see all the 3 drivers on the screen, 4 drivers even. What a good helicopter shot we have. Go under the tunnel there.
And what a clever choice to have picked the hards, because now if he chose to start on mediums or on softs, he would be in some sort of trouble.
But actually Jaole has picked the pace up again. So De La Cruz is now falling
He's half
behind.
a second faster than his previous lap. Lime de la Cruz himself slowed down a little bit. I guess drivers are managing their tire temperature, and they're a little bit in the unknown because of course they've driven only one stint on hards the whole weekend, as usually they do. So it's a bit of an unknown to estimate the performance.
And
and
is
the
taking the
degradation they're gonna
move
have.
back on Philippe Verhaeren to get past him. Michael Smart is now making moves at the background as Steph is defending against Nathaniel. Nathaniel is taking the move on the inside.
Nathaniel is able to
Nice.
pass. Great move by PLC.
And De La Cruz is making the move on the first, and he got it. De La Cruz
And
is
Lime de la
leading the
Cruz
race.
is leading the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And now, if anything bad happens to Quarterkevo, he will clinch the World Championship title. He's done so far his part of the job. Now he needs to run away from the Chinese.
Let's see what will happen because the DRS is coming soon. After the first few turns, he needs a lot
Next
of
DRS
DRS
zone
here.
is only after turn 4.
Yeah, he needs a lot of DRS here to push away, but we know that Jaole can do it.
Lay will surely keep the DRS on the next lap at least.
He didn't knock out. He didn't get that 1 second gap he needed. Is he going to push away now. He's
Is
trying.
he far enough ahead to keep himself safe from an attack from Zhao Lei? Not quite sure. At least
No,
on
he's closing. He's closing. He's going to the move. He's
turn
trying
6,
it.
I don't think Zhao is gonna make it
early
because
contact.
De La Cruz has the inside of the next turn. But turn 8, however, it will be difficult to keep up. And watch out, as Eigen is now 4th and has overtaken the soft. Aaron Eigen has picked the pace, and he's now right behind Walter Kevu.
Yeah, look at the views we are having here. What a beautiful sunset we are having for this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
What a message would it be for Aaron Eigen to finish the season with a podium with the Mercedes, unlike his former
And
teammate.
Tyson is making the move for the 10. They need all the points. Ferrari needs all the points to win the Constructors' Championship. So it's all
Eetu Väisänen is on a mission, because watch out, if Walter Kevu fails to finish high enough and Ferrari rattles enough points, the Constructors' Championship can still go to them. And Eetu Väisänen, he gracefully failed his task in qualifying yesterday, but he's known as one of the best tire managers around here, and he's definitely committed, like his teammate, to make the one-stop strategy function.
Let's see now. Zhao Lei has another chance to attack. De La Cruz here, can he do something? Is he going to dive bomb? Yes, he is going to dive bomb. And there again.
And Zhao Lei with another attack on the inside of turn 6, but the problem is you don't get the inside of the next corner because it's a chicane. And Kevu has now got the DRS of Zhao Lei with that move. Is he able to do anything in turn 8? Likely not yet. Zhao Lei keeps the pressure on.
And Riley Swanson, what the move by Riley Swanson.
And just like that, Väisänen has lost 2 positions at once.
And Eigen is trying to make the move.
Maybe overtake Kevu, trying at the inside of turn 11. What a move by Aaron Eigen, showing his talent in full display, but Kevu has not given up. They're side by side for half the lap, and at the exit it seems that Eigen has kept more ERS and keeps the position.
Eigen is now third. He needs to get past Zhao Lei and De La Cruz to run away with this.
No big deal for Kevu. He doesn't. You can see he's defending more carefully than he usually does. All he needs to worry about is finishing in the top 9 or in the top 8 if De La Cruz also has.
But wait, Quarter Kevu can now bounce back. We know what Quarter Kevu can do, but no, it doesn't seem to be happening. He's not using ERS. He's actually.
There's Sardinia right behind him as well.
Yeah, Nathaniel is actually making the move as Zhao Lei gives it another go, but loses out.
Not able to pass. I believe Zhao Lei needs to change his strategy. He's not going to pass there unless De La Cruz makes a mistake. And just like that, Aaron Eigen is trying on the outside of turn 8. We've seen moves in that place before, and Aaron Eigen with a better traction at the exit makes it happen. The Turkish driver is up to P2 and is racing at full beans. Looks like the mediums have much more pace than the hards does.
It seems like it, but the tires will flare out more quicker. But let's see, can Eigen now get up to first? Let's see now, can he spoil the party on the first DRS zone that is after turn 4? And Softanen is all falling away.
And all this battling advantage to De La Cruz as he has clean air and can manage his tire temperature at his own goodwill.
Yeah, but wait now, because Eigen can now bounce. Eigen can now do the job and show that he was the main driver at Williams. He can now show it.
And Aaron Eigen trying to dive down the inside of turn 6. Is he making the move? Yes! Zhao Lei failed to do it, but Aaron Eigen might actually try to run away with some sort of a lead. Has more performance than his mediums. But watch out, as Lion Cruz might be able to counterattack in turn 8, and he does with the DRS.
And no, Egan gives
Not
it
quite.
ahead. Egan is ahead.
Not able to complete the move, and all this battling, of course, has allowed drivers behind to come back, and the gap between the first and the 8th is under 6 seconds at the moment.
Of course, remember now the sun is getting lower and the temperatures are starting to drop. So
Indeed, we were approaching the 30 degrees of track temperature. Well, with the southerly winds still being, well, the desert wind still being up at this time, even the absence of sun won't make the temperature drop that much, but it's going to be a factor in an hour or so towards the end of the race.
Let's see, can De La Cruz fight back now as he gets the DRS. He's opened the DRS. Let's see, can he bounce back? He's closing in. We can see him closing in. He's looking at the inside.
He's got the pace. He's
And
ahead. He's well ahead. But Egan is trying to defend on the outside of turn 6. But De La Cruz this time has better traction at the exit of that chicane. However, Aaron Egan is so close, and with the DRS that he will able to counterattack.
He's too far behind, I think. De La Cruz just gave enough of DRS.
Looks like Egan backed off and did not use DRS here. Jaule himself lost the DRS of Egan in the previous straight, I believe. Which leaves him vulnerable to Quarter Kevu. He's down to P4. He's a few places clear. But it's not over yet by any means. Not by any means. This race is going to be stressful for him all the way to the finish line. The one who's had such a calm demeanor the whole season, and even under pressure like in Qatar,
And
delivered his best performances.
De La Cruz has pushed away. De La Cruz is away.
And De La Cruz is now making his effort to pull away. He needs to win so badly.
Egan has lost his performance that he had, and Jaule is already looking to get past. Is he going to get past there? Yes, he is.
Jaule pass, yes, if he wants to catch up Liam, he needs
Nathaniel
to
is
pass
trying to
immediately.
make the move
And
on
now
board
Nathaniel
Kevu.
is trying to attack Kevu. Oh, what happened there for Verhaeren, who nearly got the chicane. I don't quite know what he was doing, but...
And Nathaniel is past.
And Nathaniel completed the move
Nathaniel got past
with the next
Kevu.
DRS zone. Quarter Kevu seems to be struggling a little bit, and Jaule has picked up pace. He was definitely managing his tires. He seems to be faster than even Lime de la Cruz now. It's gonna be a management race to some extent. It is not gonna be as easy and linear of a race pace to hold and to keep this hard tire as long as possible, because they will need to pit at least around lap 32 or 34 to have any chance of making it to the end with the mediums.
Let's see what will happen here. Jaule is actually pushing him through the corner. Jaule is showing pace.
They are not slow by any means. Now it's Aaron Egan who has fallen down a little bit. Mediums are maybe getting worn. The McLarens are having some race pace. Nathaniel started P7, I believe, and he's up to P3. Quarter Kevu down to P6. Watch out! The Estonian is under pressure now, as he seems to not have the pace that both McLaren, Slime de la Cruz, and Aaron Egan have today.
Sargina is fighting with both Williams already like 6 laps now. And he's still keeping them behind, somehow. Demonstrating the gap between Quarter Kevu and himself. Philippe Verhaeren is pitting first. with the soft
Verhaeren
tire.
pitting with the softs first, committing to a 2-stop. I believe this is a very good strategy. If you have the softs, better pit early, push on your mediums, make something happen.
And he's going to mediums.
Now, next thing to know,
It's a zero stop.
is it possible to one-stop on the hards?
No,
I do not
don't
know,
think so.
because when you look at looking at how the medium tire runners are already struggling a bit, it's gonna be somewhat challenging to make that work. Jolie has now pulled 2.7 seconds away from the Ferrari of Lamblefus.
The McLarens are pace it seems. As Nathaniel is not far away. But the Kevu has closed in again. And Sardina is still holding the Williams back. He's holding the entire backup. Is the Sardina train here.
I'm De La Cruz, 2.5 seconds behind Jaole. He needs to win the race, remember that. And now Kevu's finding some performance back on his hard tires. Catching Eigen up. Is Eigen committed to a 2-stop? I don't really know. It depends if he pits for mediums or softs, or if he tries to go for hards. He can still go for hards and pit later for softs. Also, that's a possibility.
We know what Kevu can do now. Everyone is in second between each other.
And Kevu's passing Eigen easily. Eigen will try to manage his tires a little bit.
He's trying to actually come back.
Try to fight a little bit. Oh, he's actually trying to fight the inside of turn 7. That has a DRS.
Kevu has DRS. And he's actually pushing away instantly. The goes up to Nathaniel. Is he gonna make the famous type bombs? No,
Not yet.
No.
Not
He's
yet.
taking it.
But he's now found some base.
And is he going to make
He's
the
now
move
found
already?
some
And he's
base.
already making
On the
move.
outside of turn 11, is he trying to do that? No. Nathaniel has seen that coming, as he himself tried to do that earlier.
As we get to lap 15 out of 58. Liam De La Cruz right now, second. Rodrigo Kevu fourth. Jason Roy is pitting now. Väisänen 12th. Jason Roy is actually trying to undercut here. It seems that he's doing hard tires. Is it the one stop?
Jason Roy with the hards. That's understandable if you pit this early. And look at how far up Verhaeren is compared to him.
Rodrigo has overtaken Nathaniel before the DRS straight. And just closed
And
up to
Kevu
De La
will
Cruz.
have the DRS on the next straight. He's already right behind Lime De La Cruz. What a psychological battle it is between both drivers. Kevu remained patient,
And
trying
look
to
at how
manage the
close
tire
he is.
temperature early on.
Look at how he closes up.
And now he's trying to dive down the inside of his opponent, and he does. But De La Cruz does not give up quite yet. Has the better exit line, but Kevu managed to keep at least a car ahead, and he's now P2. Lame De La Cruz will have to do all the work again.
The work is not over, but
And just like that, Jaole is 3 seconds ahead, making Lame De La Cruz's dream even more difficult than it already is.
And let's see how fast can Kevu close the gap now. 126.9 to 128.5. Was 2 seconds faster.
If I were Kevu right now, I would actually slow down the pace, because the last thing I would want is bringing De La Cruz back on Jaole. Jaole wins. He's world champion, so doesn't even need to try to win the Grand Prix.
Yeah, he has actually slowed down.
Doesn't even need to try. He just needs to annoy De La Cruz and make him lose time. That's the
He's
worst
annoying
thing.
him as he's fighting him. And there again,
And De La
fighting
Cruz
each
has
other.
taken the position back for now, but Kevu's trying down the inside. He has the DRS now. Does he? Yes, he has.
And he's starting
He
to annoy
has.
now.
Cleverly so, he passed the detection zone in second.
And he's annoying.
In third position, and he's able to overtake again. And the contract is now to make him lose time as much as possible and not catch Zhao Lei at all. Meanwhile, Zhao Lei is stabilizing his pace.
Remember, Kevu doesn't need to win, he needs to finish ahead of De La Cruz to beat the
And
champion.
Ehreneigen pitting means they're definitely committing. I mean, he started on medium, so that's a message to other medium runners that they should better commit to a 2-star. Degradation is just
the pit lane.
And then pitting for soft is even more of a commitment. It's an all-in for Ehreneigen to maybe clinch a prestige win today in Abu Dhabi.
Starting from the pit lane at 13th right now.
Looks like it is gonna be a medium, soft, medium strategy for Ehreneigen. And I like this choice. He is going absolutely all in.
And De La Cruz is trying
with apparently some more ERS and trying to dive down the inside of turn 6. Very clean move. Is Kevu able to retaliate? Not quite yet, but he's gonna have the DRS and he's gonna have
actually
a
closing
chance.
in again. He's doing the same thing.
It's his favorite corner. He's done it before and he's gonna do it again.
He's annoying. Oh no, but now
De La Cruz delaying his braking as much as possible, but he cannot do anything. Maybe De La Cruz can try on the outside of turn 11. Does he have the space? No, he's backing off.
And now Kevu is actually annoying him. It's the second lap in a row now.
And the gap is still up to 3 seconds. It is not going down whatsoever. He knows. He knows better than anyone else. It's the gap between Zhao Lei and Lando De La Cruz that is important, not to his car.
And look at the scenery behind the cars on the track. What a beautiful
sunsets, the
view.
desert, dust, the sand and the dust that is flying in the background surely as winds are swirling.
The sun has set finally.
It is, we can say it is night time now, basically.
Yeah.
Not quite yet, but
and now
pretty much.
De La Cruz is now getting past before the braking zone. He has had enough.
And this is probably the better way for him to keep the position to Kevu.
Yeah, but Kevu has the DRS now. He can do the same thing again.
But he's half a second behind, so the move down turn 8 and between 8 and 11 will be more difficult.
Williams are fighting each other.
Little bit of a leaderboard check between those who have already stopped. Ehreneigen has a second and a half of lead ahead of Verhagen, who's on older mediums. And we have to check his lap time now. Ehreneigen's lap time is going to be a determining factor to what the other cars are going to do strategy-wise, as he's contending for the podium, definitely. Verhagen himself is in 26.9, but that's not that fast. De La Cruz is faster right now.
A lot of people are pitting now. Nathaniel, Svensson.
27.3, but maybe has traffic. Verhagen in 25.9. In the meantime, we've seen pit stops from both Haas. A double stack from the Haas cars. Heisner pitting, Zwart pitting.
And Zhao Lei is trying to make... actually, De La Cruz is trying to make the move.
And De La Cruz already back on Zhao Lei, and it looks like he's finishing his stints better than the others. Maybe kept a bit more tire life than the other cars did, and he's pulling away again. Completely different strategies.
And look at how
And
far
it looks
Bayer
like on his
is.
first stint,
Look
De
at how
Cruz
far
has had
Bayer
more
is.
pace.
Bayer is 12.6 seconds behind. Bayer is 4th right now, but he hasn't beaten. And De La Cruz is beating.
And De La Cruz has chosen to push right before pitting. Very clever choice. Does this mean that it is going to be
Soft
a
tires.
two-stop race no matter what? It looks like it is. It is a switch to soft tires, so he's totally committing to the undercut.
When,
But he
where
maybe
will
did
De La
not
Cruz come
exploit
out
the
now?
hard tire lifetime as much as he could. He could have pitted at least 2 laps later, in my opinion.
I mean,
Race is still
it's
long,
all
58 laps.
Yeah. Yes, he's pitting now. Good pit stop by the Williams crew. Where will De La Cruz is now 5th? He needs to overtake his team
I
right now.
believe De La Cruz pitted to cover for Aaron Eigen, but Aaron Eigen will maybe have some trouble to
there is still
even make
enough
it in
gap.
2-stop.
You can see the last lap time 126.8 to 127.6. So he was definitely not faster. This strategy is very interesting.
But at least he's away from trouble.
Yeah, but what will Cortekevo now do? Will Racing Bulls beat him now?
Now I believe Kevu will have to do the exact opposite, extending his stint as long as possible. And that way,
Kevu is beating.
by overcutting, he's also protecting himself from racing incidents. And no, Kevu has chosen to pit the lap that follows.
And soft tires.
Also pitting for soft. It's actually a clever choice. Better copy exactly what your main opponent is doing. Because if it goes wrong for him, it goes wrong for you as well. But who cares? We're going to be sleeping tonight with the World Championship trophy.
And De La Cruz is ahead. Eigen is ahead. Philippe Verhaeren is ahead.
And he will have to overtake Eigen again. And looks like Nathaniel's going to be right behind him.
Yes, Nathaniel is not even close.
Verhaaren's going to be right ahead of him as well.
And now this is interesting. What will happen here now? Weissner has closed up to Bayer and he's making the move. So right now
25.8. The pace is still good on these hards. Weissner definitely do not count him out quite yet, because imagine there's an incident at some point. What is... I really thought there was something worse than just a yellow flag happening right at the moment I said it.
Springfield on the last place. She ran wide.
Just a little bit of a wide run.
Yeah.
Nothing bad for Springfield.
Still a yellow flag.
Springfield, who's dealing with mechanical issues, might actually be directly the cause of that wide run.
And actually, what will now happen between the teammates, because De La Cruz is on the title fight. But Weissner is on all the tires. What will the Ferrari do now? Bayer is pitting. And
Weissner is simply getting out of the way.
Yeah.
As simple as that. It's well observed.
Weissner is pitting on soft tires.
Everyone chosen to, instead of starting on soft and putting harder tires after, they've all chosen the opposite.
It's interesting. But Bayer is still ahead. So we go back to the main action now. Cortekevo is right behind Philippe Verhaeren, who is 4.7 seconds behind. 5 seconds now. He's losing time.
And watch out, Nathaniel has a really good chance, because he's chosen to put hard, and he's going to be extending his stint quite far. I believe Nathaniel has a good chance to score a podium, if not better.
And Nathaniel got
Kevin's up to P4 again.
Yeah.
A good 5 seconds behind De La Cruz. But he's up a position.
Eigen
And
is fighting.
Eigen's battling with De La Cruz in turn 8. Can De La Cruz actually keep the position? It looks like Eigen has a better traction. Down the inside of turn 11. No! Aaron Eigen will keep the position.
This is a replay of Wesley Mandelsteen here. What has happened with him?
What happened with Wesley's car?
Ooh, a little lockup.
Another lockup in turn 8. It seems to be struggling with that corner.
He did a mistake on the first corner, first lap. So interesting.
And that is definitely
maybe
not
something with the brake fire.
Yes, it's definitely not a great comparison to his teammate. Watch out, important moment, as Zhao Lei has just pitted. He tried to extend his stint as much as possible, and he put mediums?
Yeah,
Completely opposite strategy. Completely opposite strategy to the others, and he's gonna be exiting the pit lane so far behind, but he has the tire life to his advantage.
And he's coming out behind.
And he's even behind Nathaniel.
And there is Sarginha. So that's very interesting. Let's see how it plays out for and De La Cruz here making the move.
And De La Cruz now about to make a move on turn 6. And watch out, as Squato Caru is coming back so fast. 25.0, previous lap 26.8 for the German driver.
Philip Verhaeren has made the move on Nathaniel. And Egan is fighting back.
And Erin Egan, of course, fighting as hard as he can. He's definitely as scared and Liam De La Cruz is, knowing it's his,
and look, right,
not only his last race,
let's
but
talk about
also
Lucas Wright. He started from pit lane dead last, and he's up to P8 already. He's not even half of the race.
Lucas Wright is cooking some sort of race. And he had pace yesterday. It's a shame that he crashed.
Yeah.
But Lucas Wright seemed to have found back some sort of 2024 World Champion shape.
But let's see where he finishes as we see this battle still going on. De La Cruz and Egan. Kevu is close
Looks
again.
like for Lucas Wright, it is safer to start from the pit lane than to start from pole position.
And what
the dive from De La Cruz down turn 4! How many times have we seen that?
Not much.
And he has a DRS because he crossed the detection earlier.
Only Quarter Kevu made the
Sorry, later.
And Xiao Lei is finally getting past us. Nathaniel is trying to fight Quarter
Not
Kevu.
quite yet. Not quite yet. Nathaniel's staying ahead. And he has Kevu's DRS to battle and defend his position. Quarter Kevu under direct pressure from Nathaniel.
He just needs to drop Nathaniel.
And it's not gonna be easy because the longer this stint goes, the more pressure Nathaniel's gonna be able to put on him.
Next hard tires versus soft tires, which are wearing weaker. It's of course the soft tires. So let's
25.7 best
24.4.
time. 24.4 for De La Cruz, who's trying to push away. He's giving it all. But can he make it to the end with only 2 stops? That's the question. It's not even sure.
Lap 25 out of 58.
The temperature is not going down. Maybe the teams were expecting it to do
It is
so.
no, it isn't there. The track temperature is going up, but it is now dark and the lights are now beaming onto the track.
Maybe that's what creates extra heat.
It can be. Nathaniel is trying the move again, and now Xiao Lei has a chance to strike.
Zhao Lei with another chance to overtake his teammate who has himself DRS, but he looks like he just chosen to cool his tire down.
As Philip Verhaeren gets overtaken by Sartinha, so Sartinha is back in the game. And Kevu has closed up to Egan.
as it stands, 26 laps into this Grand Prix, Lime de la Cruz leading with a 3.7 lead over Aaron Hagen. Porter Kevu third, Zhao Lei and Nathaniel are battling for fourth, about a second and a half behind the Estonian. Sardinia right behind him. Both Red Bulls following each other, and Lucas Wright has already made his gap back to his teammate. He's bridged the gap entirely. Aaron Hagen able to battle with Kevu. He pitted earlier, has older tires, but he's given it all. And he needs to extend this stint as long as possible. The issue is that he's in softs and he pitted early to pit for them, so maybe gonna be forced for, to put hards to finish the race. We don't really know, but it's likely that it's what's going to happen. Something tells me we are not done yet with the story of this 2025 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It is far from being over for the championships, and I'm saying this in plural because Constructors' Championships on the line as well. And Ferrari's doing a damn good job with Eetu Väisälän's comeback drive. And he's the fastest on track at the moment. Eetu Väisälän 24.0, purple lap. Next targets both Red Bulls. He's back in the game. And he's showing that Ferraris have pace today. Both Hagen and Kevu are coming back progressively on Lime de la Cruz.
Carter Kevu has got the pass, but Hagen is not giving up. Hagen is still trying the moves on the inside. And he has still done it. He's still ahead.
And the gap is back up to 2 seconds. Hagen, Kevu and Zhao Lei are so close to each other. There's gonna be more battling in the next laps. Ideal scenario for Lime de la Cruz at the moment. If these three battle.
The game was trying again. This time on the inside, and he's passed.
Working so far pretty well for him. Watch out, as Zhao Lei is behind. And he has fresher tires, remember that. Aaron Eigen trying to retaliate inside of turn 8. They haven't done the inside, he does! And how aggressively can he drive and still make it clean? Aaron Eigen driving some quarter Kevu fashion type of overtake here. And just like that, the gap is up to 3.2 seconds. They're not even seeing the Leclerc anymore in sector 3, or barely.
And when will Kevu get
Just
past
like
here?
that. Just like that, both Red Bulls, well, especially Verhaeren, well, Verhaeren and Sardinia actually, they're both right at the back of the image here. You can see them, you can see the green of the Sauber. Kevin takes advantage of the GR zone to overtake Eigen again. Can Eigen counter-attack at the next turn? Oh, Jaolé cutting the curb quite heavily there. And he's down the inside now with the DRS. Can he make... Yes, he makes the complete overtake on Nathaniel. And Eigen this time has chosen not to retaliate on Kevin.
Yeah, he has let the game go, but I think his tires are starting to wear off.
Are starting to melt.
Yeah, he's actually... Yeah, he's not even being with Kevu as was usual. McLaren fighting this one. And yeah, Eigen has dropped off. So he has let Kevu go.
We are halfway through the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We are 27.5 laps away from the end of the 2025 season. And nothing is written off yet.
Anything can still happen.
As it stands, Quarter Kevu is still in a very comfortable position. About to become world champion. Aaron Eigen is now suffering with his tires. He pitted early and he now has to defend against Nathaniel. It is not going to be easy. Remember, Nathaniel's on hards. Jaolé's on mediums, and he's not taking advantage of these mediums actually, because he's behind those cars. Cannot run away from Nathaniel at all. Both McLarens don't seem to cooperate much in that regard.
And Philippe Verhaeren is the first to pit. And Eigen is actually close back up to Quarter Kevu. So Quarter Kevu is definitely taking care of his tires now. Which is a good idea.
And we have a yellow flag, and there's a safety car that is deployed! A safety car that has been deployed!
Ooh, some fact on
some
the
fact! Some facts who crashed, I don't know where. It's in sector 3, something happened to some fact. What did happen to him? And imagine that it happens. Oh, wow.
That's a big crash.
Classic spin.
Yeah. Now
imagine it happens the lap before Kevu actually
and now
would have planned to pit. Eigen as well.
Changes everything now. They can both now pit with that. They will do it onto medium tires, and we can see already.
And those mediums are not gonna reach the end of the race, I'm afraid.
We'll see,
or maybe they will, but to what cost?
Yeah, we will see what the teams are doing now, because it's a safety car.
And they're a long way away from the pit lane. They have time to decide. Lime de la Cruz has a gap. He certainly won't lose a position in doing so.
And both Dustin
I believe the clever strategy, if you don't if you don't believe that the mediums are reaching the end, it
This-
is to not pit.
This race is not going Aston Martin's way at all. Top drivers.
A disaster weekend for Aston Martin, the exact opposite of the end of their last season.
And De La Croix is pitting.
And De La Cruz is committing to...
Egan is pitting.
And cleverly so,
And
Kevu
Nathaniel
doesn't
is
think
pitting
twice, mimics entirely what Liam De La Cruz does. Nathaniel has no incentive to pit now. Fresh mediums for Liam De La Cruz.
Both got away pretty clearly. Now
And
Egan
watch out
is
for the
pitting.
Constructors' Championship. A2 Weisselen is right back in the game.
Everyone is taking it gas and 3 pit stop, but everyone is taking it hard now. It's a mistake.
And just like that, A2 Weisselen is back out of the game for the podium. Double stacks making some kind of trouble. So now both McLarens are leading with all tires. They will need to pit again. It is not sure that De La Cruz and Kevu will have to pit again. It is possible though that they have to, given the distance that remains. So it's gonna be interesting. I believe the McLarens are a little bit stuck on their strategy.
Yeah, definitely. They need to run away as soon as possible.
They're a little bit stuck on their strategy.
Let's have a look at the Driver Championship, how it's looking right now. Because we have a safety car, we can do that. Quattrokevo is right now leading by... There is 267 points to 226, but the Constructors is now McLaren's for second place.
McLaren currently second. They can no longer win the Constructors' Championship, but they can steal second place to Ferrari, definitely. And right now they are doing so, but they're on the back foot strategy-wise.
Yeah, definitely.
Worth noting that both Haas have chosen softs, so they're fully committing to a 2-pit from now on. I believe it is a decent choice, but the choice of softs themselves could be questionable. It is surely better to me,
And
better
look
looking
at-
to me
look
than what McLaren is doing.
Look at that Josh, Nathaniel and Lei Xiao gaining points on Jack Defense as well. They are kicking both out of the third and fourth place in the championship.
Indeed, but these are the provisional standings and it will change. It will change. It will change a tremendous amount of times before the end of this race.
We got 2 cars circling around the circuit. It's Springfield and Manderstein.
They are allowed to. They were lapped, so I guess they're allowed to recover from their lap behind. Which means that the safety car is going to release this lap. Lambda Cruz P3, Quattrokevo right behind him. Could this be the last safety car of the season? Maybe. It's gonna be a sprint race to finish the season. A rolling start sprint race. 24 laps to go. A race win and a championship at stake.
when will the safety car go away now is the main question. We are still waiting for the confirmation.
Likely this lap. The lap cars are coming back. Sarah Springfield is dropped. And apparently the race stewards are needing another lap, which will allow Springfield to come back all the way to the last position in that train. Depending on the mechanical issue, they maybe were able to fix that. Maybe not, if it's power unit related. Other type of damage, who knows? What a nightmare weekend for them. Sam Fact just spun out. Sarah Springfield having all sorts of issues apparently. Nathaniel, Jaulet, Lambda Cruz, Quarter Cavu, Aaron Egan. This is your top 5. Egan has pitted for hard. Delacruz for mediums, Cavu for mediums. Can Quarter Cavu win this driver's championship? Ending this lap. Safety car does. Remember Nathaniel and...
Look at how much waving there is. Like a snake.
Nathaniel and Jaulet are on worn tires. But they are going to be pitting for the second stop earlier, which will give them a sort of undercut. So they're going to be ahead of the cars that are following now. Again, in 10 laps or so. It is going to happen again. The question is, can they keep
And it's a green flag.
the others behind long enough?
And Nathaniel is still holding them on for their life.
Daniel not quite restarting
And
yet.
now he's gone.
Now he does.
And does he get the good restart? Yes, he is.
Excellent restart from Nathaniel.
And now
And
we see
that
all
allows-
19 cars again on the pit straight.
That allows him to create some sort of gap between him and the others. Jaulet has De La Cruz right behind him, applying pressure. And De La Cruz diving. I thought he was diving down
Inside the turn number 4.
From down
got
south,
the
south,
slipstream
they
now.
both can make moves. Closing up is closing up.
Not quite enough.
And let's see how this season ends.
De La Cruz, he needs to pass Jaulet as fast as possible. Can't afford to lose time behind the McLarens on worn tires. McLaren drivers, however, they know they can burn this tire down and then pit. Fastest lap for Nathaniel. He's understood the message.
He has hard tires as well, so he can push.
They're just burning this tire until it's no longer drivable. Then they're gonna be pitting and leave the others fight.
And is he going to
And
buy
Cruz with a
Yes.
chance down turn 4. He's done that move again, but now he's got DRS. Can he now pass the McLaren? I believe he will. He has quite enough time to get ahead before the apex and the lockup from Zhao Lei. As he was trying to defend his position, the mistake from Zhao Lei. His race is basically over at this point. He will need to pit very soon if he wants to keep any chance of a result. And Zhao Lei, it's the story of his season. So good on one lap in qualifying, but has been involved in incidents and has made race-ending mistakes like this one that he can't afford to make. The one that is going to be happy with this is of course Quarter Kevu.
Philip Verhaeren is making
One less opponent.
Let's see what happens here. We're on lap 38 now. We're going to 38.
How incredible. Zhao Lei's just thrown himself out of contention again. Can you
Cross with the
believe
fastest
that?
lap. 23.2, but Quarterkevo is only 80 milliseconds slower.
It seems that the mediums and hard runners with the duration of the safety car might be able to make it to the end, so the three drivers on the softs will not, so they will probably suffer for a while and maybe have to stop again.
Now he's diving.
And Lime de la Cruz is leading the Grand Prix again. But Kevu is not far down enough. He's not far down enough. He's P3, he needs to finish P9 or lower. And I would say P10 or lower. In case the fastest lap goes to someone else. Lime de la Cruz will retire in 20 laps from F1CC. He has left memories behind him, written some incredible moments and scenarios, and he's 20 laps away from maybe the ultimate dream of becoming a world champion.
He can now go to the fastest lap. Can Quarterkevo now get fast? At Daniel.
Would you imagine retiring with back-to-back wins?
Yeah, it's sad, you know. It's sad to see this legend go from the sport.
Something tells me he won't be away completely. We'll see or hear of him at some point. In these last few weeks, we've seen him with a bright smile in the paddock. Fully enjoying what are going to be his last race. His last races of his career. He seems to be at peace with his choice. That's the most important. And another purple for Lime de la Cruz, 18 laps to go. And Nathaniel is struggling more and more on his wear and hard tires.
Yeah, but they are
Zhao Lei has fallen down all the way
times.
to P7.
Look at the lap times of Quarterkevo and De La Cruz here. They both pushed away from the back.
Indeed, Aaron Egan is stuck. Kevu is coming closer.
And Egan is making the move now, and Egan is fast.
Closer
And
to his dream.
Sauberers are in the top, are P5 and 6.
And Sardinia can make it to the end with his tires.
Yeah, Sardinia is fast, but this is the last race for Sauber, of course. Because next season they will be Audi rebranded.
What if Lime de la Cruz had not had so many DNFs? Is it fair to say that he's
And
actually
Quarterkevo
been the
has
better
closed
racer
up.
this season?
Quarterkevo is under a second. Is there the fastest lap incoming?
The greed of the champion. He can take it all today. The race win and the championship. It is not over yet. He's faster at the moment than De La Cruz.
Yao Lei is pitting. And they have decided, McLaren have decided to pit Yao Lei now. See the pit stop happening.
Indeed,
there is a
and the
mistake.
shows of soft is good, but they're struggling to release him. And Zhao Lei is down to the last position. What a nightmare. He's done everything well until he locked up, and that was practically over. In the meantime, Quarterkevo, he knows at this point he's world champion. But he wants more. Might actually want to win the race as well.
He won there last year. Quarterkevo won here last year. He can do it again. But look out, Egan has closed in with hard tires.
He would enter the short list of back-to-back winners of the same event in F1CC, equaling Sarah Springfield's performance in Mexico.
And Egan
Now
has
the
closed in.
last thing that Kevu should not do. The last thing he should do. To make a mistake trying to take too much of this race. Down the inside, Kevu. Oh, they almost made contact. Someone tell him to calm down. He's P2. The win is right ahead of him, but he has the championship in his hands. Throwing it away would be a dramatic mistake. And I guess his team, his pit crew is going to be, they're all going to be tensed all the way to the finish line. The pressure is at the maximum.
There is Quarterkevo's on board here. And we see how he lifts off every corner before he takes.
He's probably understood. He's probably understood that he should not try too hard. Might get into issues.
And yeah, he has lifted off again. Maybe he's saving fuel. We don't know. Run over him for the entire lap basically now. Still behind the Ferrari.
Building up an attack. Trying. Not quite.
We can see
Now
the
remaining careful.
and still behind.
We're seeing on his wheel 122.8. This is his fastest lap.
And to go on another lap for lap 44. 15 laps to go until this CC season is over officially. Sardinha is actually P4 on his last race.
What an adventure.
Yeah. On the last race for Sauber and for him as well. There are two drivers retiring. One of them is retiring, so Tinha is moving on to the other spots. Maybe he's going to the reserve, we don't know. Hasn't announced the
It'd be
retirement.
fantastic to have both of them on the podium, wouldn't it?
Yeah. To see a sober final, the final sober podium. But Vega needs to make a mistake for that to happen. Otherwise it's not going to happen. Lucas Wright is up to P5.
Lucas Wright is flying, ladies and gentlemen. He started from the pit lane and he's done better than he's done with any of his front row starts. He's the fastest on the track, and how amazing his performance is today.
Another lap, 14 laps remaining. And Devo is taking it. That's Sarkinha his fastest lap as we speak about him. So he has listened to us.
And Ortiz Sardinia making a push of his own.
See other battles on the
Can
track.
Can he try to win this race? Aaron Egan's also in a prime position. He has the hards. The end of the race is going to be easier for him to manage compared to De La Cruz and Kevu.
Nathaniel is defending against Def now. As you see background, Isonen is making a move. Ooh, there is a lot of battling going on. We have heard from Springfield, he's complaining. He's asked the team what is happening. The team has asked he needs to hang in there. How long can Springfield hang in there? Is the question.
13 laps to go.
The countdown has begun.
Soon 12. Van der Steen pitting for soft. That was pretty much mandatory for him to finish the race.
Okay, was closed up again.
And McLaren's strategy is just burying them. Look at how far Nathaniel has dropped down.
And Kevo is actually trying something here. No, he's looking.
He's trying more softly. Just making his presence noticed.
Geisner is pitting, Riley Swanson is pitting now.
All the drivers who have to pit again seem to have lost a lot of time.
Quarter Kevo is now, is he going to attack? Yes he is, he's going the inside line, outside line actually. No. And he has not.
He's not trying on this straight, maybe trying the next.
If even he's trying.
And Nick Bayer took an impossible fastest lap now for Lam De La Cruz, which means that P9 will definitely be enough for Kevu.
Yeah, Kevo doesn't need to overtake even, he just needs to stick behind him. Weiser is right now 10th. And Jason Roy is 13th, so Jason Roy has stopped pushing, it seems.
Can Jason Roy score points and maybe influence?
They need
He
points.
already pretty much won Drivers' Championship, Constructors' Championship.
The gap is still in play.
If Kevin finishes P2, it's done seal anyway.
Yeah. As it stands right now, Kevu will get the Drivers' Championship. And on the constructor side, Racing Bulls will get both titles. As it stands right now, if Bison can't score any more points. And Daniel is definitely bigger, so that's P9 already for Bison. And 11th for Roy. And Kevu is making the move now on the inside line, and he has taken the lead of this Abu Dhabi race. Then
10 laps to go.
laps to
Quarter
go.
Kevu leads this Grand Prix. Can take everything today. The race win, the championship.
Okay, let us answer here. 10 laps to go. And Mike Swart has overtaken Leisner,
Sardinia and Lucas Wright fighting each other as well.
Maradona and Nathaniel. And Raisa has got the back past Swart. And Swart is trying the inside. What the move? Trying to do the move now.
It's not over yet.
He's still trying it. There is 9 laps to go. And Raisen right now gets ahead of Swart. Can Telegrass get past Swart again?
Be the first stepping stone to win. Needs to win himself today.
He's trying the move. Maybe they make some contact, we don't know, but no, Watergate has better exit. Watergate was still ahead. And Liza is making the move to B9. That was already calculated. About 10 seconds, Nathaniel haven't beaten. Is he going to the end? And Smart is already making the move.
Not only him.
He hasn't bitten a long time, so he's the only
8
one.
laps to go though, still long.
Yeah, but he's the only one that still continues on. Haven't bitten.
A good 7 laps to go.
are fighting again. Quarterdevo has TRS now to fight back. But no, Quarterdevo takes it slow. And Lucas Wright is P4. And he has closed up to this. What a race by the American. And he's actually making the move to be third.
What is Lucas Wright cooking? Starting from pit lane. He's legitimately contending for a podium. Look at him. Can you believe what we're seeing?
No. And Springfield again. Having issues. Asking, it's only one lap to go. Everyone behind him is out. But we can't say everything because Egan has made the move on Quarterdevo. Is Egan trying to win this now? As Springfield said, alright, cool down, just get whatever you can out of it, is what you would say to him. And Egan has made the move to be first at the end of this race. Has crushed the stream. Can Egan win this race with the Mercedes? After
7 laps, 6 laps to go. And Lucas Wright is on the podium. Can you believe just that? Lucas Wright, starting from the pit lane, is on the provisional podium. And he's now right ahead of him, Lime de la Cruz. What a drive by Lucas. The reigning world champion for another 10 minutes is showing why he is.
And Quarterdevo is starting to fall behind. And Daniel has finally did that. And Lucas Wright is on the podium. Can we believe it, what we are seeing? Lap 53 out of 58.
Less than 6 laps remaining. Quarterdevo currently P4. He's finished P9 or higher to clinch the world title. Lime de la Cruz has to win. He's P2. And the gap has increased to Aaron Egan. Aaron Egan might have buried his hopes once for good. He's 3.5 seconds ahead. These on the hards are only going to get better compared to the mediums as time goes.
Yeah, this Lucas Wright trying to move actually is Sardine Highs. Looking to try something behind Quarterdevo. And everyone has closed up. The hard runners has closed up to both of these, De La Cruz and Devo. So they both are losing positions now. As we see the background, Sardine High is trying to make moves. Lucas Wright is now trying to close in to make a move. And he is making a move. Is he going to dive bomb? Yes, he is going to dive bomb. And he's second from the pit lane.
And Lucas Wright up to P2. Can he win the Grand Prix from the pit lane? At this point, it is not even impossible.
And Liam De La Cruz has been dropped to P3 at the end of all this now. Can Devo hold up Sardine higher?
The clock's ticking. Lime de la Cruz currently P3.
facing an impossible mission. That Kevu loses at least 6 positions, and at the same time that he gets to well 4 laps away from the end of the season.
Verhaeren is making a Red Bull has really showed their hair today. Verhaeren is
What a
starting
race
to-
pace they're having.
Yeah. Can Telegrass fight back for second place. And now it seems to be doesn't have the pace. Lap 55, Egan is 4.6 seconds.
He's on
ahead.
mediums. He's on mediums, and that is not playing to his advantage. The gap is up to 5 seconds. And then Eigen is looking to win a Grand Prix, a prestige race, a race that will write F1CC history.
3 laps to go. And Telegrass is trying to make the move now to be up to second again. Philip Verhaeren has overtaken Quarter Kevu. And Telegrass is
And
ahead.
Kevu is down to P5.
But it
3 laps
doesn't
to
matter.
go.
Can't look like
All
the
he needs
best
to do is
ahead.
finish in the top 5. So far, he's doing so well. And what if there was any sort of incident a few laps before the end?
Two laps to go. Next time I will be the final lap, like the engineers were saying for every driver. Racing Bulls is en route. The 2 championships in a row, but with different drivers.
Crowd is erupting. 2 laps remain. And the man you're
Lucas
seeing
Wright
behind
transferring.
Verhaeren is going to be crown champion.
Transferring. Lucas Wright is diving again. He has better tires. And he has done it again. He is fast.
Red Bull finishing 2 and 4 the last race of the season.
We haven't seen this in a
Who
long,
would have bet
long
that?
while. Yeah, we haven't seen this in a long, long while. It's very interesting. And we can already see at the Racing Bull's garage, the celebrations are starting. Egan is starting the final lap now. The final lap of this CC25 season.
And Aaron Eigen is 16 corners away from a dream
He didn't do it with
to win
Williams.
a race.
He's going to do it with Mercedes.
And remember, this is not on paper the very best car on the grid. He's
Oh.
done an awesome, awesome drive. And Porter Kev was complaining about the tires in the radio.
Doesn't even care anymore
Team
about
has
the
told him
tires.
it's one lap away from the absolute career
Telegrass is
accomplishment.
making Philippe Verhaeren is trying
Lando
to
de
make the
Cruz
move.
is getting attacked now by Philippe
Sardinha
Verhaeren.
is
Maybe a
going.
double Red Bull podium
Sardinha is getting
on the
past.
way. Duarte Sardinia past Kevu, but Kevu is so far ahead of 9th place. He's more than 11 seconds ahead of Michael Zwart in 8th place already. He can just cruise around this track and win the race.
This man, he was dropped from Williams to go to Mercedes to help Michael Zwart in the championship. But no, this man has answered. He's the main man on Williams. And he's
Aaron
going through.
Eigen was nicknamed Absolute Eigen for a reason. He's done everything absolutely right today. Claims the first win of his season. Lucas Wright finishes second from the pit lane. Lando de Cruz on the podium for his last race in his career and deserves a fabulous standing ovation for everything he has done in the sport. Philippe Verhaeren in P4, Sardinia in P5, and will be the one to escort Quarter Kevu, who finished right behind him, to the podium, as he will be receiving his Drivers' World Champion trophy later tonight. What an ending to the season, and what an emotional win for the young Turkish driver. He's been untrusted, he's been discounted, he's been dismissed, and he wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
And we see on the screen he is making donuts already. He is making donuts.
He's making donuts in his head, and look at Aaron. Look at how proud he is. Can't believe what happens to him, I guess. Yes, hold his arm. You've done it.
Aaron Eigen wins with the Williams and now wins with Mercedes. What a way.
I said the first win of his season, the second, of course, the first with Mercedes.
Yeah. He won with Williams, he wins in Mercedes. And De La Croix being on the podium. What a way to finish this season off.
Not many two race winners have been as little recognized as Aaron has been, I guess. But
and now we see
I hope that the fans will remember.
Yeah, we see a replay of what happened on the main straight before we got to the podium. Quarter Kevu, Liam De La Croix and Michael Swart making donuts on the straight line. What a scene.
And Lucas Wright pulls the largest comeback of the season, the last race, an 18 spot comeback.
What a comeback!
From the pit lane.
He started from the dead last from the pit lane, and here he is.
Absolutely dead last, 20th.
Yeah.
To P2.
And from the pit lane as well. What a drive from him. And Red Bull 2 and 4. We haven't seen this in a long while.
Yes, because starting from last on the grid is one thing. Starting from the pit lane, you even have to bridge a gap first to the cars ahead. And he's done it. Lucas Wright, if people had doubts about whether he was still at the top of his game, yes, he's had moments, he's had mistakes, he's had drama this season. But gosh, he can drive a car fast. And he's done it so well today. Quarter Kevu doesn't finish on the podium for the race. He probably hoped he could do that, but with the safety car, the cars that had a set of hard tires installed were advantaged. But that also was the same for Liam De La Cruz, and this is the reason why it was a great idea for him to strictly copy what Liam would do. If it goes well for him, it will likely go well for you, and the other way around as well. And he's done just that. Nicely done from Kevu and from the team to guarantee as much of a stress-free drive to the title as possible. And kudos to Williams as well. They've been struggling lately, and especially today. They're both in the points, but they were leaders of the Constructors' Championship for a long time. and they finish with a convincing P2 in the Constructors Championship. I believe they're no. Are they even P2? Think they are. Oh,
They are fourth
they-
because Red Bull now is
oh,
third.
fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Red Bull actually claimed the podium spot. That's what I was actually calculating. Wait a second. Ferrari probably stayed ahead first, so P3 at least. But they finished P4th. Well, some people are gonna say that's more development for next season. But Williams definitely wanted to finish on the podium with the constructors, and Red Bull managed to, with Lucas Wright and Philippe Verhaeren clutch drives, to clinch the podium finish at the Constructors' Championship this season.
But that's it.
And
folks.
also, let's not forget the amazing runs from Simon Snicek earlier this season.
Yeah.
He's also part of this wonderful story.
See rest of the championship now. Simon Srisnek is there. 13th at the end. He was leading the championship some points. And here he is.
And who knows if he didn't, let's say, if he hadn't had his burnout, kind of, who knows what he would have been capable of. He's surely maybe somewhere in his mind telling himself what could have happened.
Ignacio Reta and Randy Belatzik, of course, we can't forget them.
Retired during the season, and they certainly didn't have the ending that they deserved. Lime de la Cruz had an ending that he deserved, 2 podiums, including a race win in Qatar. He's done what he had to do, most definitely. The season's been long and the season's been fascinating, and this is unfortunately the moment to wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for 2025.
It is indeed the time to wish you a nice end of the year, and we will hopefully be back on air in 2026 come late February for the start of the F1CC 2026 season.
No, wait.
It's gonna be a long wait,
even
but there are
before
gonna be
that.
news in the meantime.
Even before that, because of the pre-season testing. That thing also.
Obviously, the
Yeah.
pre-season testing as well counts, so we can say mid-February indeed.
Yeah, mid-February. But anyways, we have
All
it
right.
here.
Thank you everyone so much for staying and following us throughout the whole year, and it is with great honor that I am also thanking Kevin Korstein for welcoming me in the booth this season, and hopefully we will collaborate many years to come. And also thanks to the F1CC and the F1 TV crews for the amazing work this season. It's been a long ride, a lot of travels, a lot of overtime work, and people deserve some holidays, and they will definitely have them for now.
Yeah.
This is now the end of my speech. Anything more to say, Kevin?
Yeah, actually one more thing. Who doesn't want to go off the F1 channel? There is a post-race show incoming where we are both there, and we will have some drivers on the grids for the interviews, and that's on post-race show because we're not doing it there. We see on the if you look at outside the window, we see Racing Bulls is going crazy. And yeah, but we have went here, so thank you all very much for joining us this season again. Like always, we had a crazy year. Can't say much, but thank you very much for joining us.
Likewise.
But yeah, that's it. We will see you next season.
Next season for live streams, indeed, we will be back. Hopefully, we will both be back at the first race of the season. There are going to be a lot of changes to speak about, and that's going to be during the winter.
Yeah, but goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.